Cheers, everybody. Happy Friday. Thank you for tuning in. It is Jam Happy Hour as we approach the weekend. I'm really excited to introduce today's artist, especially on National Pizza Party Day and National NASCAR Day. Speaking of vehicles that rev up and go really fast, we have a motorcycle enthusiast and amazing artist and singer and songwriter, lover of baseball. We've got Joshua Speers today, everybody.
That was a great introduction. I was wondering where you were going with the vehicles that rev up. I was like, all right, I guess that's me.
That's you.
That's me.
And for everyone that's tuned in, make sure over the course of today's show or afterwards that you check out the links that we're going to be posting. And we'll be posting the website, joshuaspeers.com, Instagram, and Facebook handles that you can find all the updates and music at following today's show for updates and any other things that Josh wants to tell you.
All the things.
All the things. Well, without further ado, what do you say we get into the first song and we'll chat a little afterwards?
Let's do a song. That's always a good place to start. I feel like my like blood pressure just skyrocketed after that intro video too. It got me pumped. Seeing like people jamming and festivals and bottle rock and things like that. But now, okay, I'll play a sad song to counteract it.
There we go. Yeah.
Cheers.
It's all about balance.
All right, this is a song called Happy Birthday, You're Alone. She dumped me on her birthday. And I wrote this song afterwards. Did you have eyes for someone else? Did you picture him beneath you in our bed while I just slept and dreamed of you? All the things we said we'd do. How could I have been so wrong about this promise of a home? I bought my ticket, picked up the phone. Happy birthday, you're alone. Know you found another love just to hurt me best, to prove that you were strong. So I moved on from wrong to right. I spend my days with you that night, alone with me, head on my chest, the one you trusted with your rest. I skipped a train, now I'm so cold. Happy birthday, you're alone. Under the blanket I feel the safest, free from opinion, always frustrated, wrong that you done me safe here beside me. I'll never let you go. So there I was, December cold, waiting for the train to take me to your home, the one we found and filled with us. The picture frames collecting dust, but something in your voice was wrong, telling me you had enough. I'm feeling sick, I dropped the phone. Happy birthday, you're alone. You're alone. You're alone. Thank you.
Thank you. Joshua Speers, everybody. And if you're watching and it's your birthday today,
That song's for you.
that song's for you. Especially if you're watching alone. You're not alone. He was just singing that to you.
I've played that song. I've had a lot of people reach out to me on Instagram and be like, it's a quarantine birthday and first birthday I'm spending by myself. Like, could you send me a version of that? And I've been happy to send people specialized versions because it sucks having a birthday alone. That's not fun.
Yeah. What did the pirate say on his 80th birthday?
He said, "Arg." No, what did he say?
That would work. Aye, matey.
Oh, damn it. All right, drink.
All right, yep.
All right,
Cheers
Cheers.
to everybody. Happy Friday. If you'd like to sip on what we're sipping on, then you can head over to jamcellars.com/buy. We have a variety of ways in which you can get our butter, which I'm sipping on. I think, Josh, are you sipping on butter right now?
I'm sipping on butter.
Heck yeah. But we have a variety of different easy-to-love wines you can check out at our website. You can use our wine finder tool. Type in your zip code if you're within the United States. It'll provide you with a list of different places in your neighborhood, your local area that supply our wines. In addition to that, we also deliver straight to everybody's doorstep for the most part. We offer that to most of the 50 United States. And for everyone tuned in, you're watching Joshua Speers. So, with that being said, make sure you go over to joshuaspeers.com. There's also his IG handle, which is at Joshua Speers.
That's correct.
Facebook
Two
is
E's.
Two E's.
Not EA.
Yes.
Not
Free
like
Britney.
Free Britney.
Facebook is Joshua Speers Music, and today's Friday, and by the end of today's show, or if by now, if you're not on the West Coast and it's already past the 5 o'clock hour and you're feeling tipsy, then you can venture on over to the virtual tip jar. Venmo is at Joshua-Speers, 2 E's, and drop a buck or two or what have you as a thank you to him for today's virtual concert. Appreciate it.
You guys are so dialed in. It's insane. It's crazy. That was amazing. All of those links. I feel like I don't even know all those handles.
Honestly, I probably would not know my own everything either. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I have some questions for you.
Yes, please.
All right. So first of all, this past year, what has changed for you, like creative wise? I know you've been taking up some pottery.
There's been a lot of pottery going on.
Last time, yeah.
I'm trying to think creatively. That's a good question. I think, definitely a lot more time writing songs by myself, which I guess is sort of how I started writing songs, and then since moving out to Los Angeles, I've gotten the chance to write with a bunch of my heroes. So writing with other people kind of became more of a focus. But it's nice to go back to just writing by myself and digging into that and kind of holding myself to a little bit higher standards. Because a lot of times when you're writing with other people, you can be like, well, I'll finish that later. I'll finish that with them. I'll take that in. And as a songwriter, there's no better feeling than having one verse and one chorus. You're like, I'm done. That's it. I'm out. That's it. That's a hard day's work. I can go just like do nothing for the rest of the day. But keeping your feet to the flame and saying, no, I'm gonna finish that song. I'm gonna really dig into it. So I think it's also helped me realize like what songs are important to finish by myself and what songs where it's like, sometimes you bring something to someone and they start changing it and you're like, oh, wait a second, I don't want any suggestions. And I realized too late that I didn't want any suggestions. So having a better gauge on like, no, this is a song I just have to finish by myself.
Yeah. It's like when you're traveling with other people versus traveling alone.
So
you
true.
kind of go with the flow. Like everyone has to come to an agreement as to like, okay, like some people just want to sleep in and, go do their own thing later. But then for the most part, you as a group have to decide where you're going to go eat, what you're going to do. Like nightlife. Well, back when this was a thing and traveling and everything.
No, that's such a good analogy because I think about like times that there's been some destination that like I really wanted to see, like some museum that I really wanted to go to, and you convince friends to come, and they come with you, and they're like not moved by it like you you were planning to be moved by it, or you were moved by it, and then you're like, oh, what the hell? That like ruined it for me.
Yeah.
Some
Or they're
things
like, let's go. Like,
Yeah.
we want to go see this. And then you kind of just have to leave early. And
Yeah.
yeah. When you travel by yourself, you meet people, you have more like ideas going on because you just go with your own flow and let it happen.
I think about that with like motorcycle traveling too, is it's like the more vulnerable you are to the universe, the more welcoming people are to you. So like if you're in a car, people don't really kind of like care about you, but if you're on a motorcycle, people will like, they'll look after you. They'll bring you in. I was traveling back east to west across North Carolina after doing a long ride, like a kind of week and a half on the road out there on a bike, and got caught in a huge thunderstorm. And I saw there was like one garage that was open. So I just like pulled into this person's garage, which is, kind of an aggressive move. But I was just like getting soaked, and I was out in the mountains and there was nothing to do. And sure enough, this woman was like from a part of Maine that I'd spent some time in, and she gave me a poncho and some coffee, and I hung out for a while. If I had just pulled up in a car, I think they would have been like, call the cops, what the hell's going on?
Well, this was like almost 4 years ago, right? Because you did this
while
whole
ago.
like North Carolina, from Asheville to Seagrove.
Yep, exactly.
Was it like June of 2017?
I think that's right. Yeah, it was that makes sense. I flew down, my mom's in Asheville, borrowed a bike and rode across to all these different pottery studios, and then like camped in people's pastures, like cow pastures, and in people's barns, for about a week. Stayed at some pottery studios. There are a couple of like really beautiful, when you unload a big wood kiln, that's kind of like a community event in the pottery community of like, it's like the reveal. It's almost like a birthday party.
Yeah.
So everybody like shows up for the kiln opening, and hangs out and has potluck. So I caught a couple of those. It was a good ride. It was a super fun ride.
Now, what was the best ice cream sandwich? Because I saw you posted about
I
that
did
too.
post that. Yeah, it was probably like just a garbage ice cream sandwich, but it was so hot and humid.
Oh, yes.
And I think people who don't ride motorcycles don't realize how like physical it is. Even just like if you think about sticking your head out the window, the wind against like your neck muscles start to get pretty sore of like trying to like lean into the wind. So I was absolutely wrecked. I was so tired, and that ice cream sandwich just like hit the spot. It was so good, so good. And all of the like childhood nostalgia of all the like shitty ice cream that we used to eat, and stuff like that.
That was like me yesterday. I woke up just sweaty after my second dose of Moderna, and I had like DoorDash. They probably thought I was crazy. I DoorDashed like $40 worth of Gatorade, Pedialyte, Sprite, like literally no food, just all the liquids. And then the Gatorade arrived room temp, and I was like, I can't. I need some ice in this. So I like got a nice glass and put some ice, and then put the Gatorade. And I swear I've never had Gatorade taste so
It's
good.
really good. I think it's important. I think everybody, it's like, it's important to stock up on the like saltines, chicken noodle soup, Gatorade, and like those. It's almost like an emergency kit. Like those are important things to have.
Right?
I mean, in the days of like Postmates, we're a little bit saved. But nothing's worse than when you just like don't have the supplies when you're sick.
Absolutely.
And I live alone too, so it's like you got to look out. You got to have the emergency kit.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I have one more question before we get into a couple songs. All right, so you grew up in a household with 4 brothers total, including yourself. And then your parents were both big into English lit and poetry, I'm assuming. And so how did the 4 of you brothers, sort of divvy up that sort of responsibility? Like, did you all kind of go that same path, or how did that work for you?
That's a great question. Yeah, so after my parents split, we all stayed with my dad. So it was a boys' house. It was like bachelor pad. But I say that it was like a boys' house, but we were all like kind of sensitive boys. Like we watched a lot of Pride and Prejudice. So we all ended up as like, I think very like sweet, emotional, tender boys. How we divided up the sort of literature stuff. I think two of my brothers were history majors. They went to college and studied history. I was the only one who like studied English, like my parents. I do think my younger brother turned out to be the best writer in the family. And so I don't know. It's like, I think it's one of those things, like if you grew up and your parents ran a car dealership, you'd probably, without really realizing it, know a decent amount about cars. And I think I'm starting to understand now, like just how much I kind of know, or just like how ingrained books and writers are into my like psyche. And sometimes you end up like sounding kind of douchey when you like talk about like writers but it's one of those things where it's like it was just like at dinner my dad would like quote something, and just all these quotes would always be thrown around. So it's like truly it's the family business. It's just like what's
ingrained.
It's deep. It's deep in there. So we all like I guess I continued it in a way of like with songwriting. My mom's an amazing writer and poet. And I feel like my first songs were taking her words and making them into, and like putting them to music. I remember doing that in like 8th grade.
Oh, wow.
And I was thinking about that song recently. I was like, damn, that's just incredible lyrics. Kind of need to go back to that and revisit that song. But
Okay. Well, okay, I'm sorry. I'm laughing because I'm looking at these comments coming in from YouTube, and we have
what are people
Cam and Jen are like
a
back
good
to
piece
back,
of chicken.
like a good tender voice, like a good piece of chicken.
We were my younger brother does have my younger brother has an Instagram account specifically for chicken wings. He's a big wangs guy. So he's the tenderest chicken of all of us.
The tenderest piece.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, hello, Jen. Jen says hi, guys.
Hey, Jen. Hey, Cameron.
How you doing?
Thanks for hanging out.
All right. So thank you to everyone who's tuned in today for Joshua Speers Jam Happy Hour for our weekend kickoff. And hope everyone sitting at home or finishing your day at the office, wherever you are, hope you're having a good day. And if you have something to pour up, go ahead and pour it on up, and we're going to get into a couple songs back to back. Cheers, Josh.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
All right, I'll play this song called Other People that I wrote almost immediately after when I moved out to Los Angeles. I was sleeping on my friend's couch. He lived in a tiny little apartment that was over a guitar shop and next to a railroad yard. And actually, just to like kind of add to how strange and horrible it was, so all day long people would play amplifiers and crank them, and the apartment would shake, and then all night long the trains would come in and out and the apartment would shake. So I didn't sleep very well. Also, right outside of the window there was a giant billboard for chlamydia. That was like my nightlight. It was always lit up. I didn't sleep very much, and I was thinking about like being in other people's houses and all the time. The previous like 2.5 years I spent on the road touring with other musicians and being a hired bass player. So I wrote this song called Other People. Live in other people's homes, doing dishes, writing other people's songs. I cover my ears from other people's moans. never me. And I see other people win, saying yes and letting other people in, building something, sharing other people's skin, but never me. Never been myself, wouldn't know what to do. Never been myself, can I be that with you? And I've heard other people say, Josh, I love you, but it always seems to fade. And other people always steal their hearts away, but never me. Never been myself, wouldn't know what to do. Never been myself, can I be that with you? Thanks, y'all. That one, like I said, it's called Other People. And that's been around for a while. That definitely exists online. Jenzilla, I'm seeing your sweet comment of why do I have to fight to get Josh's music more attention. I don't know, but fight on. Keep fighting. Good fight. I'll dedicate this next song to you, Jenzilla, since you're fighting away out there. There's a song called Thunder Blanket, and Thunder Blanket, I feel like some people kind of know what that is, or a thunder shirt, which it's mostly for dogs. When dogs are like afraid of thunder and lightning, there are these like compression shirts for them, kind of like a weighted blanket, and it helps calm them. And I thought about how that's just such a lovely idea, and what like a beautiful thing to try and be for someone, to like be their thunder blanket. So as I was going through a breakup, I was thinking about like, man, this is so hard, because I just like, I want to be there to be your thunder blanket for you. All right, here's that song. So go be unburdened from us, but trust there will always be love. Go and find all the glory you want. Be yourself, you are perfect enough. I just wanna be your thunder blanket. I'm scared of all the lightning striking, but I can take it for love. I don't wanna be your hero, making sense of each disaster. I just wanna be your lover, every morning ever after. A stone to give me water, give me wine. Jam Cellars wine. Success, harder and harder to define. Alone, you could be much better, be untethered and free. As long as you don't give up on me. I just wanna be your thunder blanket. I'm scared of all the lightning striking, but I can take it for love. I don't wanna be your hero, making sense of each disaster. I just wanna be your lover, every morning ever after. Thanks, everybody.
Woo! Round of applause. Thank you. Joshua Speers, everybody. If you're tuned in, thank you for joining us for our Friday Jam Happy Hour with Joshua Speers. Make sure that you check out the links that we're posting. Go to joshuaspeers.com and get exclusive info, tour dates, vid premieres, special
dates.
announcements. Join his list.
Tour dates, please, dear Lord, please let it happen soon.
Oh, we're so close. It's
coming.
It's there, and I mean, we just
Bottle Rock is out.
We got that Bottle Rock.
I saw that. That's huge.
We got that
That's
lineup
huge.
release on Monday.
That's
Woo!
incredible.
So
That's
stoked. Everything feels like it's back to, I guess, our new era.
It's
of
happening.
Normal.
It's coming. It's coming. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna start moving quickly.
So for everyone that's been listening, that last one was Thunder Blanket, and I love the analogy and just the description of like the meaning behind that for you, and wanting to be someone's like compression blanket for anxiety and
Right.
stress, and just being that calming sensation for someone. I think
you have to be it for yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
That's the danger.
Yep.
It's something I think I've definitely learned as I've gotten older, that if you can't be it for you have to be your own thunder blanket first, and then you can be. It's like put the mask over yourself, and then assist the child that you're with.
Absolutely. And I think that's a lot of times the downfall in relationships is there's one or both people who aren't ready yet. They don't have that for themselves going on, and they're seeking it solely from the other part of the relationship, and that will never work. You have to have yourself before you can have someone else's back. And
It's so true. This is great. I'm laughing because it's turning into like, and yes, we've got a next caller calling in from Minneapolis. It's turning into like a Miss Cleo, like, don't marry the fat man.
Okay, so a cloud floated into the bar for a drink.
Yeah.
Bartender says, "I'm sorry, but you're thunder aged."
That was good. I was waiting for something like something about precipitation, something about that's better. That's better. I was overthinking it. Shit.
You were anticipating the precipitating.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, cheers. You got to
All right,
take
cheers.
a sip now.
Cheers.
Cheers to everyone. Thanks,
Cheers.
Jen. But all right, and also shout out to who was up here and said something really nice. Where did it go? I don't know. Oh, here we go. Tim Harper Shout out to Tim Harper. He said, to Jam Sellers, thank you for making the past year so much better with your Friday happy hours. You guys are the champs. You're the champ, Tim. Cheers
Tim.
to you.
Nice, Tim.
Happy Friday. All right, so you're a big Home Depot fan.
Oh, yeah, I am. Yeah.
Me too. I don't have enough money to like get everything done. It's like even trying to do the DIY cheaper versions of every renovation I want to do.
Yeah.
Still can't do it, but I try.
Because it feels like it's going to be cheaper, but then you got to buy all the tools too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. But you can rent certain tools.
Yes, you can.
From Home Depot, which is pretty dope because if you're only planning on like for that specific project using that tool.
Yep.
Then.
Yeah, big fan of Home
Depot.
Mostly, I mean, the way it smells. That's the one thing that it has over Lowe's is it smells so good in there.
It's like Home Depot in every shoe store and tire store ever. I don't know what it is.
Interesting. That's a good point about the shoe store. Yeah.
Oh, man. If you're watching right now, post in the comments, what is your favorite store smell? Is there like an ice cream shop that you like or a hardware store, or is it just Target and everything about Target that you love? Like what is it when you first walk into a store that just like takes you home?
I do love, I saw there was a Phoebe Bridgers article where she talks about like how much she loves like a CVS pharmacy. And she's not wrong. Like it's so true. Like what a solid, all around place to just like to get what you need. That Home Depot smell be buzzing. This is great.
Oh, so you're telling me Josh is actually Bob the Builder?
Who said that? Genzo also.
Is it Bob the Builder? Where it's like Bob the Builder, can we fix it? Bob the Builder, yes we can.
Yeah, right.
But okay, so in this interview I was reading, it was someone, I think their name was Eve, and you helped paint their room.
Yeah. Eve's a good friend. She's an amazing music journalist, and she very sweetly was like, I feel like. She texted me and was like, I feel like you'd be excited about helping me paint. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. I love painting rooms, painting houses. I did it for a long time, sort of like between tours when I was living in Western Massachusetts, working as a carpenter and like on construction jobs and house painting stuff. So I helped Eve paint her house as she was moving out. There was a lot of like, like the candles tend to like leave sort of like sooty marks on the ceiling. But we had such a good hang. That was such a fun day painting together. That was a while ago now. That was like maybe 3 years ago.
Did you have any inspiration for music as you were painting? Like as the brush was stroking the wall? That's a
good question. One of the guys that I worked with was named Todd. And he had he was pretty proud of being the biggest East Coast Pink Floyd cover band, including and it was like a whole light show and stuff. And they played a lot of casinos in the Northeast in New England. And he kept trying to get me to play bass for his Pink Floyd cover band. And I was like, Todd, I just can't be your guy. Just let me keep painting this apartment and let's get out of here. But yeah, he was a crazy dude.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of other painting. I mean, when I was on tour, to kind of keep myself grounded and balanced, I would paint a lot. I brought watercolors with me, and I would paint a lot of geese. Something about painting geese is really calming to me. Just Canada geese, black and white, beautiful colors. So yeah, I did a lot of geese painting. I wonder if I have a picture of those geese.
Now, does this
phone.
mean if a goose plural is geese?
Another joke?
No, this isn't just me thinking. If a goose in plural form in a group setting is geese.
There's a goose.
Okay, there's a goose, but then is a moose in plural form meese?
Also moose.
No.
Moose and moose. Look at all of those moose over there.
Wait, I feel like I did remember hearing that at one
Yeah,
point.
look at those
Why?
moose.
Why is
Do you know?
English
And
so
also,
weird?
it's super weird. I heard also that for birds, a lot of times you call a group of birds a party.
Well, I mean, every time I look up at like the birds in their V formation,
Yeah.
I'm like, that really does look like a party. Like if me and my friends could just be like, hey, where you want to go today?
Right. And
Wherever.
you all showed up.
Let's just
and you
go.
all showed up in
That's
a
a
V.
party.
Yeah, it's a party.
For sure. A
Yeah.
gaggle of geese. Yeah.
Gaggle of geese, a murder of crows.
Well,
Kinda
have you
creepy.
seen The Birds?
You know, I never really dug into Hitchcock. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm
You're going to
missing
be
out, but-
afraid of geese and every bird if
Yeah.
you watch it. So
Yeah.
ixnay.
Damn. All right, I'll avoid it. I'll hide.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so another question for you.
Yep.
You ready? Okay, so basically, I want to know how singing happened for you because I know that took a while after you kind of got interested in the lyricism in terms of poetry and everything for you to really get delving into the musical sort of song and singing sort of format.
That's a great question. Yeah, I grew up singing, but not like taking it too seriously. And I think because I was like the only one in my family who like played an instrument and kind of like really got into music, I never wanted to like disrupt anyone. This happens too when you're just like living with other people. When you're writing songs, it's such a vulnerable place. Not necessarily because of like the emotions that you're expressing, but because you sound like an idiot when you're trying to write a song, and you're trying to like sing out ideas of just like, I just want to be your something, blah, 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 blah. Like you're just making up words. So I think I always felt self-conscious of like other people hearing me. Because of that, I always was like, I just want to be your thunder blanket. And my vocal range was really tight and lower because I was writing songs like in my bedroom so that no one could hear me. And it wasn't until like a couple of years ago that I felt comfortable enough or just decided to like start writing songs in the car or like go to a place where I knew no one could hear me, where I felt confident enough to like really sing out. And I remember the first time I was in a session and I realized like, oh, they want to hear me sing. I was working with this producer named Brendan O'Brien, who was like the engineer for the Red Hot Chili Peppers record Blood Sugar Sex Magic, and then did like a bunch of Pearl Jam records and Chris Cornell's solo stuff at Soundgarden. He's like big time producer. And we were working together. It was right after I moved to LA, and I realized like he's looking at me as we're trying to figure out and kind of write this song because he's interested in my voice. Like he likes my voice and like wants to hear it. And that was such a like, oh my God, yeah, I guess people like kind of like the sound of my voice. I never liked it. But this guy wants to hear it, and if he wants to hear it, then maybe other people want to hear it. So somehow it just like injected this confidence into me. And yeah, I still, you know, it's like I don't feel like an imposter, but I feel like a con artist. I'm still, it's like con artist is like you're still an artist. So like there's still talent there, but I'm certainly waiting for people to be like, wait, this is all bullshit. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know how to sing. But till then, I'll just keep trying.
I mean, like I was saying to you earlier, like Prince, one of, in my opinion, not just like musically speaking, but just in life and humanity, one of the most ahead of his time, will always be just forever ahead of any time. I think he had the nerve to just completely disregard the status quo and just do his own thing and not give a shit.
Yeah, right.
And for that reason, like I've always respected him, and obviously his music is above all, and it is amazing. And I love the fact that he said, despite, everything, no one can dictate who you are to other people. And it's so true. Like if you are constantly worrying about the way that you're perceived, or is this song going to be perfect to everyone? Because that's never going to be it. You have to be authentic, and that's exactly what he was. You have to be who you are and provide that to people. And there's always going to be a crowd that hates on you. This is a random other quote, but it's like, you can be the ripest, nectarine and the best one there's ever been on any tree. But there's always going to be people that hate nectarines. So
true. I in college, this jazz guitarist named Kurt Rosenwinkel came and did a master class. And I remember him talking about, for like soloing as a jazz guitarist, of like, stop trying to play other people's solos. Like, stop trying to be Josh playing a John Coltrane solo. He said, you have to be the master of as you are. Being the master of as you are. So if you've got like 2 notes at your disposal, play the shit out of those 2 notes and just like absolutely master that. I think about that with like, well, if this is the voice that I have, then you might as well just like dig in and master what you've got, instead of trying to, worry that like, shit, I don't sound like Sam Smith. And I never will, because we have, it's like physiologically, like we have different anatomy. And
that was weird, sorry, because my name is Sam Smith. So I was like,
wow. Oh, I didn't realize.
No, but I can't sing.
Holy crap.
Sing. But I was like,
that's
geez.
Crazy.
Every time I hear his name and someone references him, I'm like,
Their name. Their name. They don't pronounce
yes,
it.
Yes.
Incredible singer. That's wild that you have the same name. What are the chances?
Yep, I know.
Oh my gosh. Okay, or any other person. You have to sound like yourself, and once you really start figuring out what that is, then I think you get better, because you realize it's like I think about like Picasso's like blue period. How many paintings can you make with just like variations of one color? This makes me think about, I was gonna play a different song, but now I kind of want to play a cover of there's this country western kind of like outlaw country artist named Blaze Foley, who I've been listening to a lot recently. He had a song called Clay Pigeons that John Prine recorded and kind of made famous. But there's a song of his called Moonlight, or the Moonlight Song, and he has such a distinct voice. He just sounds like Blaze Foley, and it's been such a comfort because he just sounds so good. So I'm going to play that song.
Woo!
Moonlight shining through the trees, moonlight shining down on me, lights the way for lovers in the dark. Moonbeams dance on rain-drenched leaves, sparkle for our eyes to see. Moonlight shine on down and shine on me. Moonlight bathes the world around, paradise that we have found here among the trees and things we love. Shines on friends all far away, takes us to another day. Moonlight shine on down and shine on me. Laying with the one I love, looking at the moon above. getting where we really wanna be. The autumn winds for now are still. The moon shines on, it always will. Moonlight shine on down and shine on me. Moonlight shine on down and shine on me. It's really hard to sing and not read the comments. And I'm looking at y'all and seeing Jenzilla asking about this map here. Yeah, that's a map from my home back in New Hampshire. I kind of grew up in Delaware and then in New Hampshire, split between the two. So this is the lake that I grew up on in New Hampshire. A map of the town that I grew up in is called Center Sandwich, and the police department went viral a little while ago for having written on the side of the cop cars, the Sandwich Police, which, yeah, is pretty hilarious. There are two police officers in the town. There's the Chief Doug, and then I can't remember who the other cop was, but it's one of those things, like, as a kid, like, if you drove by one of the officers, one of the cop cars, chances are you could probably speed up. You could probably kind of step on it and maybe drive a little too fast, because, like, there's no way that there's going to be another. If you passed one cop, like, you're kind of in the clear now. But I also grew up in Delaware, and this next song is kind of about Delaware, possibly the only song about Delaware. But I was flying from Boston to Nashville and looked out I was looking at the, like, flight tracker screen on the seat across from me, and seeing the outline of the shape of Delaware, and just thinking about, like, man, I wonder who's down there, and I wonder if Delaware thinks about me like I think about Delaware. So it's called I Need a Home. This song isn't released either, so nobody leak it. I can see the shape of the state where I was born. On the screen across the aisle of this Boeing 741. And as the plane heads west, I wonder if there's anyone below. Stops to think about me as they fall under my shadow. But I don't live there anymore. Another family shuts the door that I came through when I was born, and I just wish I could return again. I need a home, 'cause the one I had is gone. And I'm all alone, living out here on the run. And when I close my eyes, I can see the bedroom down the hall. The sailboats round the ceiling, the place we marked our heights against the wall. But I don't live there anymore. My dad moved out a month before. They tore the paper from the walls and redirected all the calls. And I need a home, 'cause the one I had is gone. Ah, da, 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 da. And I'm all alone, living out here on the run. Ba, da, 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 da. Ba, da, da, da.
Woo!
Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody. Thank you.
Joshua Speers, everyone. And that is an unreleased track that you can keep yourself updated in terms of when it will be released in various different ways. So we have the list that you can join on the website. So joshuaspears.com, just type in your email when it pops up the option to join the list, and that'll provide you with exclusive info. So like not just these special announcements as for like the music and new videos that come out, but as we approach the exciting new like re-release of everyone getting to join in harmony at concerts and festivals, like you can learn about that too as that becomes an option.
It's so true. I remember my mom saying when I was like feeling pretty bummed about pandemic and like releasing music into the void of the pandemic, she was like, well, it just gives people a little more time to learn all the words to your songs. And
True.
I think that about that a lot. So hopefully everyone's doing their homework and will know how to sing along when the time comes.
So what is one thing that you think everyone could learn from Pride and Prejudice?
Great question. That people handle having a crush in different ways, and maybe he's just shy and doesn't quite know how to talk to you. Maybe it's that he comes across as proud, but when in fact he is bewitched by you, body and soul, as Mr. Darcy says. I think that's what I would take from it.
Thought you were gonna say he comes across with pride, but in the end, he's prejudiced.
He's a little bit prejudiced. No, I think about the first. I think about the first line is, "It's a truth universally acknowledged that a young man in possession of good fortune should be in want of a wife." I think is what some of the words are wrong there, but I think about that a lot. That line haunts me.
And was it W.H. Auden that you actually kind of pulled from?
Totally ripped
a
off.
Quote.
Yeah.
No, you didn't rip off. You were just inspired.
Inspired by.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I have my Auden stuff. There's a lot of books. Around this apartment. I feel like that's whenever I go back home to the East Coast, I end up just like coming with a separate duffel bag of books brought out here. Yeah, there's an Auden quote about when he's got a long poem that's like the retelling of the Christmas story, the like nativity story of like Jesus in the manger and the wise men coming, which I think like regardless of religious affiliation is like a really kind of beautiful beautiful story, just like picturesque, charming. And he kind of like humanizes it, and he talks about the wise men saying, we miss our dogs and we miss our wives, but the reason we follow this star is to learn how to be human now. So I stole it and used that for one of my EPs that was called Human Now. But I think about that a lot, of like what a beautiful reason to follow any kind of star, any kind of like goal or want, is just to learn how to be human, learn how to be a better human.
And for this debut EP of yours, Human Now, like you were in LA. This was a handful of years ago. It was like 3 years ago that you moved to LA?
About 3, yeah.
you were missing the East Coast and you'd gone through some shit with a breakup and had to kind of just put yourself out there and be more honest, and like that was kind of the reason behind following the star, and like
right.
I
had
think
to
that's
had to
awesome.
just had to do it. I think. I mean, I toured as a bass player for a while before moving to LA. I kind of like things started to happen for me while I was on tour in someone else's band. And I got the call when I was in Switzerland on tour, that these managers that I had always wanted to work with they called and were like, let's do it, even though you have zero music out, zero following, zero like
Doesn't matter.
sign of potential. Well, I guess I had some signs of potential.
Everyone starts from the bottom at some degree.
It's true. I was born at a very young age, and I climbed the ladder from there. But I can't remember. Okay, yeah. Well, moving out here was like the decision of like, well, you just got to go for it. At some point, you have to. It's like I can live with failing miserably, totally fine with doing that, but I don't do very well with regretting not chasing something. And you got to follow that star.
Yeah. Also, I forgot to mention today's National Bike to Work Day. So I don't know if
cool.
biking only means the 10 speed or
Motorcycle?
I think we could incorporate
Take your
every
motorcycle to work
version
day?
of bike. Yeah.
Have two-wheeled transportation.
So shout out to everyone and your bikes, whether it's a motorcycle or your classic beach cruiser or mountain bike. Pizza party day.
Yeah, you mentioned that before. National Pizza Day? What?
Yeah,
Pizza
it's
party
pizza
day?
party day, which right now a pizza party is just like order a pizza and eat it all by yourself. In this day and age,
It's not a bad way to do it.
but soon we can actually have pizza parties, which is exciting, and parties and festivals are coming up and everything. So exciting! So keep yourself updated at the following links. So go to joshuaspears.com. Go to at Joshua Speers on Instagram, at Joshua Speers on Twitter for his deepest, darkest secrets. Facebook is Joshua Speers Music. And again, Spears is 2 E's. No A is present except in Joshua.
Joshua Speers, Free Britney.
Spears, no E's, and Free Britney. Or no A's, Free
No
Britney.
A's, no ears.
No A's, no ears. And check out jamsellers.com/buy. I'm going to cheers you one last time before let's get into one last song though,
Let's do one more.
if that works.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll do the song that I usually like close out. I'll do Bad Night, which was also the first song that I released a long time ago.
Heck yeah.
I'll
Cheers.
do Bad Night. And also, I'm going to try not to look in the comments, but if anyone has any questions, I'll answer the questions, not during the song, because I'm going to pay attention to the words so I don't forget them. All right, this is a song called Bad Night. It's about, what is this song about? I think this is a song about when like getting depressed and finally deciding like I'm not gonna, maybe I'll just like kind of imagine the worst night possible and like dig further into the depression, as a way to say like, yeah, bring it on, show me what you got, like I'm tired of you, do your worst, I'm gonna come out of this on the other side. All right, this is Bad Night. So you sleep all day, 'cause the night's gonna kill you anyway. And you're all alone, from pushing all your friends away. This is what you call a bad night. This is what you call an empty bed. Oh. And this is what you call a bad night. And this is what you call an empty bed. Oh. On a dead-end drive, someplace out on the edge of town. We could build a house, live 4 years in bliss and burn it down. 'Cause we found this love in war, like we never knew before. And then the gears stood still, the static will be the kill. And this is what you call a bad night. This is what you call an empty bed. Oh. This is what you call a bad night. This is what you call an empty bed. Oh. Oh. I can't say what I need to say. I can't say what I need to say. This is the part you sing along at home. I can't say what I need to say. A little bit louder. I can't say what I need to say. This is what you call a bad night. This is what you call an empty bed. Ooh, this is what you call a jealous mind. Tying chains around an empty head. It's the beating of a steady heart, stitched in pieces to a sunken chest. And this is what you call a bad night. And this is what you call an empty bed. Thanks everybody for hanging out, and thank you to Jam Sellers too for sending me wine. And Sam for asking me such good questions. You guys have made this Friday feel like an actual Friday for me.
Woo! Thank you. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
This has been Joshua Speers, everybody. Make sure everything that you've heard today of the 6 songs, we've got some stuff that is unreleased, some things that are things that they've been released, and we also have the most recent release, which was not performed today, but
I didn't
should
play
definitely
it. Shit.
But they should stream it.
You should.
This is what it means. Like, he didn't perform it today because he wants you to go check it out for yourselves
and
elsewhere.
it's not a breakup song, so just to shake things up a little bit. It's not about getting dumped. So
Did you put Long Way Down out February?
I think that's right. Yeah, it came out not too long ago.
And you put a video out.
There's a video out as well
at the same time, right? Okay,
Yeah.
and that is a really cool video that everyone should check out.
It's my mom's favorite video too. So.
So before we head on out of here, so Joshua Speers is based out of, originally from Delaware. He was raised there. If Mississippi gave Missouri for New Jersey to wear at the fair, what will Delaware?
Wait, isn't it supposed to be her New Jersey? Is that not right?
I don't know, but Alaska.
Oh, God. There's one that's like, what did Delaware? She wore her New Jersey.
That one's too easy.
No, that was the one I was closest on that one. Damn it.
It was good though. It was good. Cheers.
Cheers. Drink.
Thank you so much to everyone who's tuned in. Special shout out to Cameron and Jenzilla.
And Julianne, thank you. And Red Hot Chili Peppers was here. Cameron, Jenzilla,
yes,
thank you all.
Absolutely. And
thank you all for hanging out.
Special shout out to, oh snap, let's see, where was it? It's way up here. Oh, Lindsay Harris also.
Oh, thanks, Lindsay.
And one more, I don't want to forget this dude.
It was Tim?
It was Tim. Was it Jim Terry? Oh, snap. Okay, it was Tim and Jim, I think. I think that's right. There were two M's, one with a J at the front, one with a T.
Wow.
Anyways, I'm going to go, probably drink some Emergency and Powerade after this too, just to
you gotta rest up.
Get over that hurdle. Up. But it's been so much fun.
Thank you, Sam. Thanks for doing this.
Awesome.
This is really, really lovely. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers to you.